Hello, this is Antti from Fin Fisherman. Today I'm just going to be going over a quick oil change on my 4-stroke Yamaha here. It's mine's a 60 horse. They're pretty much the same for, all the way through. Your quantities and some of the sizes of stuff changes, but it's all a pretty similar process. It's a pretty fast and easy thing to do. Save you a little money rather than bringing it into a shop, and I hope this video will help you out. Alright, so for starters, I took my cover off beforehand just to cut a little time out of the video. But you want to get her all the way tilted up. That way when you pull this drain plug, it doesn't just start leaking right away and you don't get oil all over everything before you got your drain pan and everything set up. It's a 14 millimeter socket, and I mean it's pretty easy, You just take her out quick, and so you want to make sure when you take it off, there's a little crush washer in there, and that usually doesn't doesn't come out with the screw or with your drain plug. So you just want to pull it out with your finger, and it just looks like that. Just a little crush washer. You want to make sure that's out of there. And then I have this is made for these. It's just a little piece you can screw in, and it's basically to save on the mess. It screws right in. There, and then once that's in there, I just got a little hose here that comes with it. And that just fits right over this end. And then I just got a old jug here that I can put the end of this hose in. And then I'll just go ahead and tilt this down. And that oil will drain right out into my jug. The nice thing about having that little adapter that I got is it just you don't have to sit there with a drain pan. You don't make as much of a mess. You can just set the end of your hose in your jug and walk away from it while you get everything else done. You don't have to worry about, is it draining on the ground? Is it missing your, drain pan? Stuff like that. It goes out and it's pretty nice and smooth. So I just buy mine. It just comes all in a little kit. It's got the filter. It's got the oil. It's got the crush washer. Everything that you need to replace. And your next step, well, that's draining down there, and it's nice to take and put, a couple of rags down here under the filter. That way you don't make a big mess in your motor. Usually it's pretty good about not leaking, but it doesn't hurt to be cautious, and you don't have a big mess on this thing. I don't have the right size filter wrench for this. I'm just using a pair of channel locks to get my filter off. But you just twist it off. And it's good to go. It's very important, and a lot of people don't do this, but always check to make sure that this rubber gasket come off of there. Sometimes they'll stay on there, and if it came off and it stays on there, and you put your next one on, it won't let it seal right, and you'll leak. And now I just gotta wait and let it finish draining out and make sure she's all the way drained. So now that I got the filter off, I like to go ahead and wipe this housing off. Make sure it's nice and clean, you know, ready for your next filter. I'll always take and just tip my finger in here, you know, and run a little oil on this gasket, get it nice and lubed up, so that way there's less friction when you go to put it on there. There's less chance of ruining your gasket then. That gasket's very important for keeping a nice tight seal. And then the torque specs for this is 16 foot-pounds. You can get that tight enough with your hand. You know, just make sure you just really snug it up with your hand. It helps if you get a rag on there for a little bit of increased grip. But if you get her good and tight, it ain't gonna leak on you. So now that I got it all drained out, I just can go ahead and remove my drain hose. I'm gonna take and pick my engine up here. Just in case it decides it wants to leak some more. So now I just take my new crush washer here, put it on my drain plug. Now I'll take and tighten my drain plug in. So now the torque specs for this is just about 20 pounds. It's like a few decimals off, 20 foot-pounds. So I mean, if you don't have a torque wrench, you just kind of snug it up. You don't want to go too hard though. You don't want to strip your plug out, but you want to make sure it's tight enough that there's a good seal there. And now I'm ready to add the oil. So this kit that I got comes with a nice little convenient, it's a one-time use paper funnel. It's kind of a cheesy thing, but it works. You know, I won't be spilling oil all over my engine. You want to check your owner's manual for the correct oil capacity on this. These 60s are 2.2 quarts. So I'll start adding my oil. Alright, so now that I got my oil all topped off, I'm all done. I just gotta put my cover back on and she's ready to go. I hope you guys can learn something from this video, and we'll see you next time. Chase the fin.